Hi, Mr. Muchiri, how are you?
Oh, let's stick to Pius. I'm more comfortable with that.
Nice to meet you, Pius.
Are you happy me calling you Kezi?
No problem.
Oh, fantastic.
Hi, my name is Kezi Omoni, and I'm here to meet Mr. Pius Muchiri to talk about how he can be able to invest the little nest egg that I was able to save over the years. As an investor, I would want to know who's investing my money and how he does it.
I was really looking forward to this.
I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I have a small little egg that I've been saving,
Yes.
as I told you.
Yes.
And I wanted to know more about how to do that. But before I do that, I need to know the man behind the Nabo capital.
That's why I'm here.
So now tell me, why this career? Why did you decide to do this as a career?
That's a deep and long question.
I know.
I don't know whether we have enough time to discuss that
We
today.
have plenty of time.
Thank you. So now, how do I start? I think for me, where I can start is, my childhood.
Yeah.
I grew up in this neighborhood, and my dad, every day leaving the house in a nice suit, nice tie, with his briefcase.
Oh yeah.
He was my hero. I was just like, whatever he does, I want to do that.
Okay.
Then, one day we woke up and the whole thing had collapsed and he'd lost his job, and it brought so many changes to our family. We couldn't pay our rent. We couldn't predict whether we were going to have food in the evening or not. Life really became tough for us.
Wow.
And, I had this lingering question at the back of my mind. How is it possible that life could change so suddenly for us?
Wow.
Yeah, we were the envy of our neighbors, and that was gone like this.
A flash.
So I had this question. I think I was about, 10, 12 years old, thereabout. What really happened to us? And by nature, I'm a very observant person. So I was spectating life and I saw it was not just us. Other families around us, someone would retire, the mother or the father would retire, and then life would just plunge after that. And I was keen. And because the image that I had of success was seeing my dad in these nice crispy suits and nice ties, and I knew he was a banker, the first thing that came to my mind, if I did accounting, I would be able to understand more about money, about investing. So I became an accountant. By the time I was doing my second year in university, I was already a CPA finalist. I did Bachelor of Commerce at University of Nairobi, then ended up specializing in accounting. And for me, accounting was sort of like a soft landing.
Yeah.
Investment was a virgin. Nobody really knew much about investment. And I remember this guy who came from the US. I can't remember his name, but I owe that guy to me being here today.
Okay.
I think it was called Kigodo or something like that.
Okay.
And he came, he put us in one room and he said, look here guys, investment is a virgin territory. It's a new thing, an emergent industry in Africa. And I urge all of you to take up investment as a career and do CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst.
Actually, I've seen that in your title when I look at your
Exactly.
videos.
Yes.
Oh, that's what it means.
There's a long history to it.
Okay.
So, because finance was a new thing, I thought, first and foremost, I didn't need a job. So I took up accounting. I got my first job at AAR, and I worked there for 3 years. And after that, I moved to Toyota. But then, 4 years into accounting, I had done everything that an accountant should do. And I thought, what else do I do with my life? And what really made me leave accounting was because it was always retrospective.
Yeah.
The salespeople would come, they would make a lot more money than us. Then they would, by 5 o'clock, they've gone, they are having, coffee dates, they are enjoying themselves.
Yes.
And us guys as accountants who are left in the office alone, and drinking a lot of tea and bread and reconciling things people did. I was so unhappy of this mundane routine
Everyday
task
yeah.
of reconciling other people's mess, you know. So I said, you know, no more counting beans. I need a change.
Yeah.
And actually, it's really out of sheer God's grace. Someone asked me for my CV, and they said, okay, don't ask where I'm taking your CV, but just trust me. I'm taking it to a safe place. And the next thing, I got a call from Centum.
Oh.
And I went to Centum for an interview. To my surprise, it was a small local investment firm with only 9 professional staff maximum, and I was coming from a multinational, Toyota, and it was such a, I mean, how do I leave a multinational to go into this local unknown brand? And my first interview, I was not really excited, to be honest.
Why?
I think is first and foremost is because I wasn't prepared. I did not know who I was going to meet, so I didn't get time to research about Centum.
Okay.
It's after my first interview that I started researching about Centum. I said, oh, there's a guy called James Moria there, there's a guy called David, there was a lady called Rispa. I mean, I looked at their credentials. This compared to mine, I was like, I mean, these guys, I can only aspire to be like them. So I started loving the brand, I started loving the people. Unfortunately, I never made it for my second interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened?
My second interview, it was a coincidence that I was being audited at the same time when they wanted me to show up for the interview, and we were just 2 of us. So I called the friend of mine who had initially scheduled, put in my CV, if I may say so. And I asked her, please, why don't you call them and try and reschedule my interview? Because I was so preoccupied with internal auditors from Japan.
Yes.
And what I did not know on this other side, they thought I was not interested in the job, and they gave the job to someone else.
Oh my God. All right, that's a story.
So that was June 2004. And I never heard from them until October 2004, and I met one of the senior managers. He was called David, outside Toyota, and he said, "Hey, Pius, how are you doing? You know, you never showed up for the second interview, so we thought, you were not interested. Not interested." So I said, "I'm so sorry. I mean, this is what happened." And he told me, "You know what? We thought you were not interested, so we chose a lady who was it was just the 2 of you we were considering, and we said, let's go with the lady." And the lady showed up on a Monday, worked a half day, went for lunch, and never came back.
Okay, that's the first time I've ever heard of that.
So I don't think anybody has ever broke that record of the shortest working stint
yeah.
at Centum. So I mean, they were all heartbroken. Pius was not interested. This one worked half a day.
Left.
So they started the whole process all over again. So by the time we were meeting in October, they said, they had looked at other people and they still were not convinced that they had gotten the person. And so I said, I'm interested. And so he said, you might hear from us. And sure enough, in 2 weeks' time, they had made a decision to onboard me. And that's how I found myself working with these amazing people at Centum, the Chris Kirubis of this world, the James Morias, and so many other brilliant young people that I've been so privileged to work with them. So my investment story began in 2004. This is really like this is my 16th year.
16th year, yes.
And I love it. I love it. It matched with my passion, it matched with my calling. I personally believe that my calling is to make people rich or wealthy. I do use those 2 words interchangeably. And it's the best job in the world. I could do it for free.